What's up, everybody? We are here from Daytona International Speedway. So we're here for a sports car race, and as you see behind me, those are our sports cars. I will show you. This is my 2002 Mazda Miata, which I run in the Spec Miata class, and we just had a qualifying race a short time ago. I made it through unscathed, which is an accomplishment in Spec Miata. And we have my father's 1995 Mazda Miata in the Spec Miata class. He also had a good race. So we're in the paddock here. Lake Lloyd is right behind us, and you can see across the way there's the speedway itself and the garage area. So there's a lot that we can do here. Let's go ahead and jump on the monkey, and I'll motovlog style this, and we'll go have fun at Daytona International Speedway. Ride along Lake Lloyd here, and this is in a man-made lake in the interior of the Daytona Speedway paddock. So this is the end of the super stretch, and if you're watching a NASCAR race from here, this is where they come through turn 3 onto the heavy banking. It's about an 18-degree bank, I think. I'm gonna double check my facts and probably put sidebars up on this video because, you know, my knowledge of Daytona is really just from being here, and I don't really pay much attention to the details of the historic places that I actually race my car. Kind of just go there and race them, but it is really cool in here. I should know more about it. And right now we're kind of sneaking through an autocross event. There's like a campground here during the big races, and it turns into a little mini road course for autocross events when they have big race weekends here. So obviously they're not doing anything right now, but I'm riding through their track. So this is pretty cool. This is for the autocross. I'd love to take the monkey around this tomorrow. Get a time. See if I can beat some Miatas. This is the tunnels for the infield access during the big races. It's actually pretty cool going through there. So they're actually really small, and basically just for passenger cars and trucks and stuff. The bigger tunnel where the haulers and stuff come in is on the other side of Speedway, and I'll show you that. We'll actually go through that too. Sneak in this little gate here. You can actually see how immense the features of this facility are. Everything is just insanely grand scale. So you can see, like I was saying, how big everything is, and I'm sure it's not going to look that way in the camera, but the grandstands are just massive. I mean, like 10 stories high or something. I don't even know. Another fact that I'm not sure, just guessing about. During the Daytona Supercross, this is fully populated by the amateur riders that were doing the Ricky Carmichael Amateur Supercross the day after. Straight ahead is where our grid is, and that's where we line up and get ready to go out on the track. So you got the guys lined up ready to go out to race. It's a mix of sports racers and some Miatas out there. So you got the cars coming into their grid right here. We'll head back this way, which is towards the garages. Alright, let's sneak in here. These are the yellow garages. You can see all the race cars in there. You can rent these garages for the weekend, but since we have 2 cars and the kids and everything and the camper, it's just really inconvenient for us to have to try to get all that stuff over here. You see the Sunoco station. You can fill up with some race fuel, 98 octane, probably ethanol. So it'd be cool to put that in. It makes the exhaust smell good, but actually was told by Brock from Brock's Performance that race fuel is actually, well, the higher octane fuel is worse for your power output on these small engines. So that's against traditional thought. And he said an ethanol-free 89 octane or so, like I run, is really probably the hot setup. So here's the cool NASCAR garages where you can look at the windows and stuff on the other side, and maybe we'll go do that too. These are GT cars, GT1 Corvettes. They're like silhouette racers basically. They're all tube framed. The SCCA weekend has a variety of cars. There's everything from GT type silhouette Trans Am sort of bodied cars. You have sports racers that are fiberglass with tube frames underneath, and then you have your production based cars that are highly modified. Then you have your production based classes that are not highly modified, like our Spec Miatas. Full race cars, but not full framed race cars, tube frame chassis race cars. So we'll check out the garages here on the other side, and just some more race cars. And here we're looking at the blue garages. So right here is where they do all the post-race inspections for NASCAR. They close everything up. And these are the more popular garages for the amateur race weekend. These are essentially always packed full. And the rigs are on the right side, the garages are over here. A lot of my friends hang out over here. They keep the cars, all these guys over here are Miatas. It's like the epicenter of Miata stuff. Straight ahead is the tech inspection area for our amateur event there. Scales, they weigh our cars, and then if they do a post-race impound where they check everything, this is the area they do that. We're coming around to where the Hoosier guys are building tires up. You can buy race tires, and then the Hoosier truck is here and they mount and balance them for you. There's the other side of the garage. My friend Frank in there. He's a Grom guy. We'll just run around the backside. There's all Spec Miata dudes in there. We talked to them earlier, so I could just scoot by them. It's the end of the day for just about everybody here, so. Ah, and the cars are out on the track. So you can see here, they're out on their pace lap. So that's really cool. We'll go to the different parts of the track and I'll show you the cars coming around on the different corners. This is coming into turn one, so this is going to be some pretty cool stuff to watch when all these cars come diving in here. So, okay, so the race took the green flag, and we'll watch them as they come into turn one here. It's just the Spec Racer Ford class. Very cool, very cool. Everybody makes it through, safe and sound. I'm going to be posting, or have posted already, a new thing that I decided to do, which was a race vlog. So essentially I vlogged from inside of my race car while I was racing. And this is the first time I tried that. I looked at the video and it looked like it came out pretty decent, so that should be fun. But anyways, you can check that out and see what it's like racing here at Daytona from the perspective of a Spec Miata race car. There goes the ambulance and a couple of wreckers, flatbed. Maybe we can try to see where this crash was. Hopefully everybody's all right, obviously. driver is sitting up and he's aware. But they do have the stretcher out, so he looks pretty shook up. That's a shame. So I don't want to dwell on this because it's never fun or funny. So we'll continue on our track tour. That's pretty neat. We picked up the pace car with the Spec Racer group. And this is the turn where they come back onto the super speedway. Turn which if you watch my other the race vlog, you'll see I had a hard time through that turn. And when you come up onto that banking, the draft is just key. It is the utmost important thing to maintain a draft so you can bump draft and gain your speed on the Miatas. Kind of follow the track back a little bit, show you the parts of it that we haven't seen. And we're looking at NASCAR 1 and 2 up onto the steep banking. You can see this actually goes right out onto the track here. And these are the recovery trucks that are out here. I'll probably just bring you back through our pit area where we're paddocked. This is the during the pro weeks, pro races, where all the big campers and stuff would be hanging out. This is a Costa sponsored VIP suite. There's a Costa dock. I think I'm gonna go out onto the dock. Why not, right? So now we're out onto Lake Lloyd, believe it or not. This is one of the reasons why I love racing at Daytona. There's just essentially uninhibited access out here. It just makes it really nice to be able to roam around and not do whatever you want, but kind of see whatever you want. There's a lot to see within this track, that's for sure. Hopefully I've captured a good part of that for you. So now we're just going through the kind of the last section on where people would be paddocked. So basically I'm just gonna blast through the infield. And this will head us towards the direction of the tunnel, the big tunnel that'll lead out of the speedway. Alright, so we're going through the big tunnel at Daytona. This is where the haulers and everybody for this amateur race weekend comes in. So we'll give you a sound show here basically through this tunnel. So we're on the outside of the track now, and there's actually some cool stuff back here too I forgot about. One of the things is pretty neat to see the backside of the banking and see how steep it is. It's a pretty steep hill, and that's basically like how steep the concrete side of it is on the other side. And ahead of us is the Daytona flat track. They have flat track racing here during the bike weeks. That'd be fun to go do with this monkey right now. Don't think that they use this as the main flat track event here. They might do amateur racing here, I'm not sure. I've actually never seen this used. Man, I really wish I could go out there. That would be so much fun.